everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going oil leak hunting on the 99. So the 99 has a leak. Now yes, PTO is not running, PTO brake doesn't work, and in neutral PTO is idle. Just so you're aware, we'll be working with the tractor running. But anyways, just so you know, that's not on, that's just idling. All the masses seem to idle, PTO current and idle. But we have an oil leak in behind that wheel of hydraulic or back end oil, and it's been getting worse and worse, and it's time to go tackle it because I'm getting a bit tired of them driving back into the yard. Well, we puddle underneath it. We're going to take off the wheel, we're going to wash, and then we're going to see can we find. So I've done a bit of work with the 99 to have the tractor warm, to have the back end warm, because what you often find with oil leaks is they only start when the tractor gets warm, when things expand, and if it's an O-ring that's gone hard or has a split, or a pipe that could be split, a steel pipe that has a split in it, it's only when they get warm and they expand that they start to leak. So we could have a loose pipe, a old or split O-ring, gasket gone, which would be the worst case scenario because I won't be able to fix that myself, or split in a steel pipe. We also have, now I can see it yesterday, it's kind of dried off the wheel, but with streaks on the wheel, which usually is a sign of a kind of a harder kind of an oil leak. Anyways, we get Jack under, get stand under, get her lifted, get the wheel off, and then see can we identify where the leak has come from. Eric's got ahead of himself. He put the wheel thing under before he went and got the jack. But the wheel yoke is the only way to move them tyres. These are big tires, 710 42s, and this makes the job so much easier. So if you want to learn more about it, there you go. You can head over there, get yourself one. Super job. Anyways, right, time lapse, jack, wheel off. So that is it washed. As good as I'm going to be able to get it. It is a thing that when you're washing in here, you have a lot of wires and sensors and stuff, afraid of of breaking something that wasn't already broken. So it's a fine line, and I am petrified that I could have done more harm than good. But we have to wait for it to dry off now. Everything's, you know, nice and hot, so it shouldn't take too long. Dry off, and then we can start seeing, can we find one of them many pipes, fittings, O-rings, gaskets, and God knows what else is in there could be leaking. So it's very hard to do with the wheel on because you're right under looking up and you just see oil on a couple of different pipes. So hopefully, fingers crossed now, we should be able. Might just change that filter while we're in the car. That's the back end filter. It's very easy done now when it's like this. So we're going to leave it running until we identify the leak, and then we'll knock it off then once we're pretty confident where the leak is. Also, that's the air brake, and that's her letting off the extra pressure. Good. We may have to put hydraulic pull on it, so as in work the spools to see whether that puts pressure on a pipe that could be leaking. But when we did have it parked while we were routing and taking the tyre off, there was strips coming down off it. So there is a leak there. But it usually is a lot worse than what was happening there. So it could be from a hydraulic pull puts that extra pressure on it that's causing it to leak more. So we'll let it dry off, and we'll see if we can figure out where it's leaking. So I found the leak, but I'm just going to show you how we found the leak. So there's a drop of oil under there. See it dropping down, and it spreads out there, and it's spreading around. So follow that up. It's dropping down onto it up here because it's coming off this onto that. It's also spreading around a bit there. So I start tracing that up, checking pipe, where's that coming from? And we come up to this ladding here. So where he's fitting in there into that wee block or whatever it is, it's leaking. You can just about see the weep just in here. So I'll clear it and I'll get Eric to pull the spool. Pull the yellow spool. Good. And you can see as soon as he puts the pressure on, that starts leaking from the joint there. So but just there. So it's leaking not in here, from here to there is where it's leaking. So we'll take this fitting off and see what's wrong, whether it's a crack or an O-ring gone, but it should be easy enough to fix. And the problem with it leaking oil is when she's on the hydraulic tankers and the dribble bar, she's under near constant pressure to work the hydraulics. So it means that she's leaking, and then it's spreading in and it's spreading around and it's spreading all the way down and coming down on multiple things down here. So that's where that leak is, but I think I have another leak on the back of it. Remember, PTO is an idle excuse. I also see a leak here and a run down this side in here. So that tells me it's coming down from just on top of the lift. So I probably have a leak somewhere in there, or most likely on the back side of it. So I'm going to try and give that a wash and give that a good look and see, can I figure out where that's coming from. Because that also is the problem with the tankers, especially, and the fusion, where you're a constant hydraulic pressure, where you have a leak where it leaks because of hydraulics, makes that worse. So at least we've that found. So we'll go fix that first one and then we'll investigate the second one. So you knock it off there, bro, we get this done. Do you want to know what was wrong with that in there, which we were looking at? Is that right? Start ripping it. Spanners. 17, yeah, grand. 14 for some reason was the inside one. I went to put on it and it literally, the nut was loose. It was just loose. So I was like, right, I started looking at taking off just to see if it might change O-ring or whatever was in there just as well. But it is a bit of a hoot to get off. So because the solenoid there has to come off, so you can wind that off or take off this unit here, which might actually come off if I wanted. But anyways, we said, right, we'd get it fixed. So Eric again started, check spools, no leaks, job done. So change the filter now, wheel back on, and then we'll see can we tackle which this new leak on the back is, because that has only started in the last few days. So yeah, and Liv was on poo samples. I fixed.
I've only 2 more pots, so who do you want done?
Have a filter out. This is the one that was in it. You can see it's slightly discoloured. Can't see any funny stuff you wouldn't want to see in it. Then there's the new one. So you can see the difference in colour. So, fun fact, they're both the same. But if you look there, this one is made in Brazil. This one's made in Germany. Both for EirCode. Both same serial number. I'd triple check that. But yeah, so we stick in the new filter and get the wheel back on. Tire back on, tractor running. So just check underneath for oil leaks. So I don't see any there now. You watch it for about a minute or that. I can see have any fresh drops coming down. I don't see any. So looking good. So now we tackle this bio here. So that could be just as interesting. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we can figure it out. We found this oil leak. So at the lift down it's a lot easier to see. Now could probably do with trying to wash in around the back of the spools. Not an easy spot. But that pipe there, I think it's a 19, no it's bigger, it's a 22. That pipe there, just on the end of that, so at the bottom of this bit here is leaking. You can see it flowing out of it there. So I'm going to see, can I get a twist on it? Could be all this wrong, or it could be a seal or something gone. We get that done, says 22. And then that solves all my oil leaks on the 99 for today. It's not too bad. Having a bit of difficulty with that pipe. I think it could be leaking around the collar where the fitting is clamped onto the end of the hydraulic pipe. I think it's sweeping around that. So I was getting a couple of turns on, but didn't seem to do the job. So I might let Farmer Phil look at it, because it could be another wheel off job to try and trace that pipe to wherever the heck it goes. But before we go any further, as you can see, new Hawaiian shirt. And it's not just any Hawaiian shirt. It's a Farmer Phil Hawaiian shirt. We got the 3690, we've wellies, we've cows, And there's pitchforks in there somewhere along with all them fascinating colours. So there's a new shirt that Liv has designed. It's a proper Hawaiian summer shirt with a breathable material that is very, very nice on hot days. I've been wearing it now. We've been testing it out, trying different suppliers and that. And from today, pre-orders are live on the website. So head over to Stewart Family Farm in the description down below and pre-order yourself the Hawaiian shirt. We'll have them for the Ploughing Championships. It will be 4 weeks or that before you will have your pre-order. Just you have to bear with us. This is like a pre-order, so it takes a bit of time. But when we get them, you'll get them and we'll send them out. And not alone will you be the first to wear these cool Hawaiian shirts. If you wear your Hawaiian shirt that you've pre-ordered to the National Ploughing Championships, which we'll be going to with Egmont, Agri and Samaz, as we've done every year, and you wear your Hawaiian shirt up to the shop, to the horse box with Liv, Liv will be giving out freebies for anyone who does wear their pre-ordered Hawaiian shirt. We haven't just decided what we're doing, but there will be something free for anyone who pre-orders and wears their shirt to the National Ploughing Championships and walks up to Liv in the horse box. You'll get something for free. So yeah, if you want to go get yourself a lovely Hawaiian shirt, head over to Stewart Family Farm in the description down below. Get your pre-order, and hopefully 4 or 5 weeks we should have all the pre-orders out. So yeah, well chuffed with it. They've done a savage job on it. Huh? Savage. Anyways, I gotta go into Eric and Troy because they were in bother with the power washer, so we gotta get that cleaned out.
I took it off and I had it rev for max and there's nothing coming out.
Aye, nothing coming out of here.
No.
So that means the pistons must be blocked, so I have to open up these. That's what you need the 27 for. Use the ring, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 24.
You're wrong. It'll do, but you're wrong.
I'll try them. Also, big change around here. Grain bin is gone. They're just digging out, getting ready now for doing the foundations for our extension, and then there'll be a carport going there as well. So yeah, that's going on. Trying to get this washed so that we can get the hay stacked in here. So that's the plan. Anyways, right, see what dirt is stuck in this. And we are back together, and as you can see, we are now mowing. So about 40 acres to mow for baling, some of it for ourselves, some of it for customers. So we're getting it done. Going on later to do baling. Just we're in the new farm, as we call it. This is what we call the horse field. And then the reseeded field is behind me there. We mowed that 3 days ago. We're going baling this evening. Struck it out twice. It is looking beautiful. So I'll show you that towards the end. We got our leaks fixed on the tractor. Tractor's running away. Hawaiian summer shirts. Pre-order them in the description. Bang away here now. We get the 40 acres on the ground. It should take me about 4 hours. A little bit of traveling to do, but apart from that, it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, silent. No. That's the mowing done. There are 40 acres on the ground for baling Monday, so not too shabby. We're bringing you off now, and I'll just show you a bit of work that's happening out the back here. One of the biggest issues that we've had since kind of the shop and that's going on is we have no place to park all the machinery. So the machinery is building up all over the place, and it's getting a bit frustrating. So after taking down the grain bin and that whole area is starting to get dug out and lifted for putting down the foundations of the extension to our house, Charlie come out around the back here and he's leveling in everything. So everything that we've been digging stone wise and walls and was just getting put in here. So I took out what was left of the tree that had died of ash dieback. We've rearranged some of the crap. There's tires there. This is very windy. I don't know what Father Phil wants to do with them. There's the 5-4 plough. If I could get an answer on that, we get rid of it because I can't see it getting fixed. The old day feeder, if anyone's looking for a day feeder handy, give me a show on that. That empty needs to be stripped and into skip. That's just the top clay in that, and just leveling that off. So we'll now have parking space out here. So happy days. Just tidying this bit of a wasted space up, and it'll leave us now that we'll be able to park machinery out here, which will just make life so much easier, because it's very frustrating when everything is in the way of everything else. So I have to give Eric a hand. Now I'll go swap with Brendan, who's baling, and then we'll go bale our reseed and that. So happy days. Now the grain dryer is back from his drying expedition earlier this week. Well, I brought home last night actually, but that's roughly speaking where she's going. I think we're going to put some sheets down this side, some, and the far side is definitely sheeted down. This side here I don't think needs any sheeting. It shouldn't. The prevailing wind is always from that direction towards me, so that side again sheeted. I'm not sure about this here, but definitely that side. So it fits in quite nicely. All the measurements seem to be pretty much bang on. Now we haven't the tray in there yet because we have to take the hay out to get the tray in. We have to turn around the spout, and I'd say as she's sitting, without extending it, it should just about drop it across the wall. But it becomes a wee bit of an issue when sheets come down there and matching up with there, and then spaces, it gets a little bit messy. The plan is to extend the spout. It mightn't just happen this year, but definitely long term, spout will be extended. Because it'll have to be, otherwise piling it into the back of a bay and you want to fill out the bay, not an easy thing to do. So, first bit that we're baling for ourselves now, we'll just swap with Brendan. I think they're going for the trailer, start on. Not going to be too many here, but this is the paddock we reseeded last year, late on in the year. It's been grazed, what's it, 4 times this year, and then we've taken this cut off it. Now it looked a lot heavier when I mowed it, but it's in good order. It's good clean grass, so it is. Very little dirt or anything in it, and lovely wilt on it. The only thing is you can draw a line, great crop, to just about where there's a bit of a dip across the field there, and pour down that end, and there's a patch there that need a bit of reseeding. I think the bulls, the last time they were on it, they just decided they were going to toss it all up. So there's a small patch, all about the size of the tractor and the baler, needs a bit of grass seed. But that square down there just hasn't grown terribly well, so I'm thinking is the very bottom bit. I didn't mow, I could have mowed but I didn't because I want calves to come out here and they get maybe a week or more on that. But what I will do is, once they come off it, a big heavy coating of dung I think will crown it. It'll just put more nutrients into the ground. I think it'll make a job of it, get the bottom of that field, just that the second half you can say, producing. That's what I think will work anyways. Just to get it up to standards. I was a bit disappointed. A bit in this. You can see maybe a bit better from up here now. And it's more or less where we brought the clay that we brought down here. It's more or less that, where we spread that out, that didn't grow terribly well. There's grass in it, it just was short and tronyini. It didn't expand outward on itself. It didn't, like, you can see the line just across there. Everything below that line is light, everything above it isn't too bad. But apart from that, it's in pretty good order. Just get the nutrients into this bit, I think it'll be rightly. Anyways, we are build up. So lads are down here starting to draw bales. So it's going to be interesting to see now how many bales Eric busts. Because I think this could be his first time actually stacking bales onto a trailer. So we all got to start somewhere, and look, I know I ripped my fair share in the past. 7 bales, we get one more anyway, so we'll be 8. That's what I was expecting. It was about 8 down here. Because there's about 1.5 acres, 2 acres in it. There's 3 acres in the whole lot. So somewhere between that, an acre, between 2 and 2.5 acre, something like that. But anyways, it's nice. It's my whole plan with our own farm, well, the farm here, the home farm, that to get every acre mowed. And we have the bridge field done, and we have the next one done, and we've done the shrubbery this year. Need to sort out we have the weeds killed, but need to get another bit of seed in it. Next year we'll get to mow it. Next year though, that's up for doing. So we call this the upper middle bottoms, we call that the lower middle bottoms. The lower middle bottoms is a wetter field, it's a bigger field. There's probably 4 or 5 acres in it. But she's next up. The only thing is, there's a lot of rushes there in comparison to this. But that's next year task. Get that one reseeded. And we keep going. We have every field at home mowed. bit for ourselves. We're mowing or baling the top paddock of the new farm which runs down for the river here. So you can just see in the ruches one of the free Martin heifers, so the cows and bull are down there, or heifers and bull are down there. So this is up for spraying when Farmer Phil's plan is to spray that side of the hedge while the cattle are out here. When the cattle rotate back to the other side, spray down there, and hopefully that tackles some of the rushes. That's the plan. But this top bit is the first time we've mowed it or baled it, and yeah, lovely crop of stuff on it now. It's real nice, so it is. Because there's only 10 cattle here now, they're not able to keep ahead of the grass that's down here. So we've been able to take this up, and this was clean, not the sticky bird, maybe a small bit of thistle in it, but apart from that, clean bit of ground. So it's not till you kind of cross that you start going down. And the top half of that field, no real reason for rushes, to be honest. So hopefully a bit of spray and a lot of mulching will tidy it up. Bottom half now is quite peaky. So, anyways, we'll get this wrapped up. Happy days. 9 more bales. So wrap is just after come off of me. They're there. Just looking. We'll move them up onto here now. The wire goes down just past the you can just see a green line there. The wire goes to there, and they're just on the one below that. To walk up to the yard so we can do whatever we need to do with them. So we'll move on to the reseed up here. Looking forward to seeing it, because it was just something else now. Something else. When I mowed it, and just the denseness of the grass and just how sugary and sticky it was impressive now. I think Bro's just going to handle these into the yard because we're beside the yard, so, and then they'll come up after me then and start drawing to the next one. So yeah, keep going. Out here now on the reseed. Yes, I'm not in the gap. There's a bit of a sweat on me, and that is because I got out here, and what was I met by? The bulls, which are just the other side of that hedge there. The wire was left down, and they just knocked the wire. I had to go fencing that. Oh, I need to ring Eric from back on the fence. But this is the reseed. Look at that, and look how thick it is. Look how dense. Like, oh, that high density grass that we got off Gold Crop. There is a deal there. Gold Crop sponsored it, so just so you know. But that speaks volumes. There's a little bit of dirt in it, so our plan is we're looking at different spraying options, and there's a spray we can use which will kill docks and nettles and all the other stuff. It checks the clover, but the clover is supposed to come back the following year. It's not Pro Clover, because that won't just kill all the weeds. It's a stronger chemical, but it will knock back the clover. But just to get it if we get the first time, I think it'll make a job of it. But just, yeah, that high density yield, high density grass off Gold Crop, but we'll put a link or some description. Well chuffed with that. It's 8 weeks sown. The cattle were on it for light grazing, and that was maybe 3 weeks ago, and this is what it looks like now. What was mowed looks like this, and we've shook it out twice to try and get the wilt down, because it was quite dense of itself. But I'm well chuffed with it. Well chuffed with it. I just can't get over it. It's so bloody good. Maybe wondering, why did I not mow more? And it was the thing of, I kept mowing a bit and mowing a bit and mowing a bit, and then I broke the mower. So I said I had enough done. I broke 3 knives while I was mowing this, but then I bent up a stone guard. I was like, that's enough, I'm not going to chance anymore. So my plan is, when we bale this, I'm going to go around. There's some high brows where you'll see where the mower skipped over a stone, which I'll go around with a bar and try and get them lifted, so that I know it's safer the most. Why I mowed it with the John Deere. And when I go again, I'll just keep eating away into that. Up there I can't really much, there's a lot of big ones. The rest of that I should be able, and that bit down there I can't, there's a lot of big ones. But if I can just, I didn't normally have to go too far to find one. That's what it felt like anyways. That one wasn't too bad. Oh, I'll show you when I'm baling it. I know there's a lot through it, so must be that brow there. and there's another big one over there that done the harm. But that's the reason why I didn't mow it all. I'd have loved to just went in butterflies and swept the whole lot of it. But the stones are too big. And it's a rock breaker kind of job. And with rented land, you always have to value your term length, how much you're paying, and what you're going to do. And to come in here with a rock breaker and start banging the tops off all the rocks and all that just seemed like too much of an expense for how long we're here. But it's still good grazing ground. I still have 4 or 5 acres there I can mow, possibly get more of it done. You can see the bigger stones up there. Anyways, we get bailed, but yeah, so bloody happy with that. If I had the drone, which I don't, should have had it with me, to show what it looks like now compared to what it looks like the first day we were out here. Some change, but yeah, it's just so happy with it. See that boy out there? I only missed him because the bulls have pulled a bit of clay off him and I seen him. But that's what you're dealing with, and that's a big one. That is a big one. The one that done the harm for me when I was mowing out here and I had to stop is out there. Where is he? The real square bit of a stone. I seen him when I was coming down. Don't see him now. He's out there. Anyways, just want to keep an eye out. There was a couple of big ones I had to avoid with the mower that were, you could see, handy enough. I just don't want to run the pickup over them. They could do harm. That's one of them out there. I'll try and lift that lad. He doesn't look, maybe a bucket size is what he could be. Happy out. There's a stone there that done the harm. You can see him there. He done the harm. He bent the stone guard up on the moor, and I had to just finish the small bit I had left to do and stop. So I don't know how we'll tackle that lad. That could be a big lad underneath. We'll go with barn and see. There's some. We've picked a couple out here that were kind of half bucket sizes, where you'd have that much up, and then you just open up into a big one. And then there was ones that we tried that you just nudge it and it doesn't even move, like the ground doesn't even move. So let's see. The likes of that, where it's only a pointy bit sticking up, I could take the sedge to them, that might work. So we'll see. A couple like that. That was the worst one that I seen. There was that other one we looked at that I could see. There's a good view on that kind of brow, and the one run I think it hit 5. I twice had to go and change blades that time when I was on the ground. Tipping away here at the finest, we already have 10 bales head and we still haven't rounds off. So I'm quite happy. It doesn't look like a lot in front of me. Well welded, but it's just so dense. I'm going to try and get this tested because I reckon it should be top class stuff. Come out here first and then take be out here baling just yet. Brilliant. That is it, all baled. Last bale. Father Phil and Eric are gathering the bales there. So their bales are, it's hard to make good square bales on grass like that because it's so soft, it just doesn't pack terrible well. Well, just that was one thing. I remember in one of the last videos someone was saying about, oh, we didn't pack the bales. Well, I'll show you now the setting that we run the baler at. And I think if Father Phil knew how tight I was packing the bales, I get a bollocking because he's always telling me don't go too hard because you could bust the baler. But I like to try and make a good bale for our customers. So if you want to know how tight, this is your scale here, and it's the amount of pressure on, I think, the accumulator for the hydraulic doors, so it's like how much pressure it holds before it starts to open up. And I run at 170, pushing on just onto the red. And just to show you, because I want to change your pressure on the baler, I want to see what you're running at. Open her up. So you can see there, because she's starting to fall back now, but she was just over 170. So, and that's how you adjust your bale, and that's how the pressure goes. So we had 20 bales here, so we had 36 bales altogether. So another 36 bales, we're feeding the cattle. We're well over our 250 mark in the pit now that we need. We have another 30 acres on the ground there for baling. Some of that has to be driven to a customer, some of that will go into the pit, and then we have turf cut yet to go, which probably won't be many more paddocks as grass will start to tighten up as we start to get into shorter days and weather starts to cool off and calves get bigger and need more grass, so it'll start to slow down in that regard. But we still have all the silage ground to cut again for turf cut, so that's the guts of 100 acres. A lot of it will go into the pit, but we'll probably bale some of it. But anyways, look, that's really it. There's not much more to say. We go home. So if you want, make sure you check out the Farmer Phil shirt on Stewart Family Farm. Link will be in the description down below. Get your pre-order for your free stuff when you arrive at the ploughing. Wearing it. You have to be wearing it and arrive up to the stall, and you'll get a freebie. Liv will let you know what it is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And that's it for me. Good luck.